Airsoft friends, and welcome to this video today, where today I'm taking a closer look at one of my new favourite accessories for my Airsoft riffs. Now this is something which has kind of been on my radar for a little bit of time, however I didn't really want to take the plunge. Not for any reason in particular. I guess maybe for optics and whatnot, I'm a bit hesitant to spend money when I've already got stuff that already works. But if I had done, I would have had much more fun playing Airsoft because of what this cheeky little thing allows you to do. Before we get into that though, big shout out to all my patrons. Thank you very much for supporting the channel month after month. I know uploads are quite sporadic to say the least at this point in time. However, life is starting to resume some kind of normality for me, of which I'll give you more of an update in a future video. But for now anyway, please do hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and also let me know in the comments what you think about this video. But what am I talking about? Well, it is a 3x magnifier to go hand in hand with a red dot sight. And it is in this box right here. Now I do like all the optics from Novritsch because they do come in these nice and proper little hard boxes, or I think most of them do anyway. But this red dot sight here, the red dot sight V3, after using it, I actually fell in love with this bad boy, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a red dot sight. The red dot sight V3 from Novritsch is very, very good. By the way, there's a link in the description to all of the optic-y things that they have on the website, so if you want to pick up some for yourself, click that and take a little look. And in the red dot sight V3 box, you get, actually nice and foam padded in there too, you get the red dot sight itself here, which has a 2032 battery compartment bit because you need power in there to power up the red dot inside the sight. Then you've got your elevation and windage adjustment, so you can get the red dot in just the right perfect place. And then you have different mounting options. So as standard, this here comes attached to it, and it is a kind of quick Picatinny rail adjustment type attachment device. You also get a low profile mount as well. So if you're running something like the SSR90 or a P90, or something that just has a higher than usual rail, then this is really good because you can put this on the sight and it makes it really low profile. There's also some other shenanigans in the box like tools and covers and a lens cloth, but we don't need to worry about that. What we need to worry about for now is this main part. Now the red dot sight on its own like this is not compatible with the magnifier. Instead, you also need to get this riser unit here. Now this is much taller than the riser units you get in with the red dot sight. So if you do get the magnifier, make sure you pick this bad boy up. Now there's nothing really fanciful inside this high riser box. It literally is just the riser itself in there and some really loud plastic packaging. The only gripe at the minute I have with this riser is it has a big old bolt on there to attach it to your rail instead of the quick attachment that the other one does. And I guess maybe it has that just because it's higher, so it's easier to get it knocked, so you want to have it on more securely. But not having the option to quickly put it on and take it off is a little bit naffy. In order to mount this to the red dot sight, we need to use some screws. When you get the red dot sight, these screws are actually already in here because this is attached to that fast mount display thingy that I showed you earlier. But in preparation for this video, I detached it so you didn't have to waste time watching it. But we are going to put it on now, so let me grab one of my tools and we'll put these screws in. Handily on this mount, there's actually a little arrow facing forward, so you know that is the front side of the sight mounting, and this is the way it needs to go on. There we go, our riser is now attached to our red dot sight, and now the fun part where we get to take a look at the Novritsch flip up magnifier. Now like I said, I really like these boxes here. It's just a nice bit of quality and keeps the magnifier nice and safe while I am not using it. Although I expect this is going to be on my riff quite a bit as soon as it goes on there. But let's see what we have inside. Ooh. Then we have the flip up optic here, and we also have an Allen key in the box too, which I believe is for these two bolts here in case you wanted to remove the optic from the flip up sight. Now I did see on the Novritsch website they already do have a side flippy scope on there as well, and it looks like this is the same optic from that. However, this is with a vertical moving mount, and the benefits of having it flip up and down rather than side to side is it keeps your entire riff very narrow. It gives you less stuff to catch yourself on, catch your gear on, so it's less likely to get damaged, and in my opinion it looks better and is a little bit easier to use. But enough chatting about this magnifier, let's just mount it on a riff and see what it all looks like together. And what riff am I going to put this on? Well, I'm actually going to mount it onto one of my newer riffs, the Double Eagle UTR 45. Now this thing, I didn't actually get that long ago, but I absolutely bloody love the aesthetics of it. It feels really cool, and with the Project Airsoft drum magazine, this thing is an absolute beast in the field. Now, it does look like the flip-up magnifier sits so close to the rail that I won't be able to have a rear iron sight on there, which for me is perfectly fine. I never use the iron sights on the riffs. I just always put a red dot on there straight away. So let's get this off so we can fit the magnifier and the red dot. Now, I think this actually looks really, really sick. I was a little bit concerned before when I got the magnifier, and I was like, it's a lot of hardware to have on the top of the riff, and it may get a bit clunky, may get a bit heavy, but you know what? It's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. And in terms of the operation of the sight, you literally use the red dot sight as you would do normally, and when you want to have the optic, you just push it up like that, and now you have got 3 times magnification on that red dot sight. In terms of eye relief, I've definitely got the magnifier too far forward, so I'm going to move it back a little bit and see if that improves things. And there we go. That is now in a really good position. I've got fast red dot acquisition. It's in a really comfortable place for me there. Also, because this is higher, it makes it faster and easier to acquire the red dot sight. I've seen Nico talk about that quite a bit in his videos because he has his red dot sight mounted a little bit higher than I usually would do. But it does make it much easier and faster to acquire. And also, if you play wearing like a mask or something like that, having a higher sight allows your cheek to get closer to the rail so you can acquire and use that red dot much easier. Even if I wasn't using the magnifier, I feel like I would use this sight anyway on the higher platform. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. If you've already got the red dot sight V3 and you're not really wanting to get the magnifier, maybe look at getting the riser anyway. But with the magnifier, that's when this pair of optics really comes into its own. But let me not just tell you about it, let me show you too.
Okay, so this is the best way I've figured out to show you it. So you can see there's the red dot down the scope. So this is what it will look like using the red dot sight normally, and then flip up the magnifier, and that's what you get looking down it. So you can see your red dots right there. You could be looking at them flowers just like that. What else have we got? We've got a little bin on the table there, some horseshoes there. There you go, that's an example there. Where's the flowers? There's the flowers. So that's what you'd normally have versus what you'd have with the ×3 magnifier. Isn't that snazzy?
It is really cool, and it does make a big difference, as you just saw in those clips there. I must admit, I am really, really smitten. I'm even more smitten than I thought I was going to be with this kind of thing. I'd been on the fence so long about getting a magnifier just because there is an added cost there. Running multiple optics on the same riff can seem like a little bit of a pain. However, in the past, I have used low-powered variable optics, or LPVOs, and between that and this, I must say, I think this is my preferred option. Now, in terms of cost, which I know is going to be a big factor for a lot of people out there, the flip-up magnifier here with the vertical flip-up mount is 118 euros. In English pounds, I think that comes out to about 105. Then the high riser mount for the sight is 22 euros, so roughly about 20 quid. And then the red dot sight as well, if you don't have one of those already, is 85 euros, or roughly about 81 pounds, I would say. By all means, this is not a cheap optic setup to get. You'll be looking at, what, maybe about 240 quid for everything in total, which is a lot of money, but it does work really well and gives you a fantastic sight picture. I love the versatility of being able to just flip up if I need to get that extra zoom, or take it down for like standard CQB action. Sometimes when you're sending BBs down range, it's nice to have a bit more of a closer look to see where exactly they're going, if you are hitting them, or if your BBs are like veering off to the side or hitting a stick or something. And this is a very good way to be able to tell what is going on down there. It is a little bit more of a pricier optic solution for you, but I'm very happy with having these on my rifle, and I cannot wait to get out and give these a proper skirmish. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.